a financial system owned and run by its users. Visit vertcoin.org to get started.
Hey guys, welcome back to this episode of Vertcoin Talk. This is, I think this is episode, was it 17? Yeah, so we're going to be doing the March update today, as you can see here on the screen. And we just released this just this morning, so it happened to be a good day to do the update. I'm off today as I'm just now getting back from vacation, so I had a little bit of time to do the stream, same day that we're releasing the update. So we're going to jump right into it. So today we released our March update. There wasn't as much from a development side because we're steadily ongoing on some stuff that we even talked about last month. So we're still working towards that, and as you can see, we touched on some things with Verthash. So as you know, that is our next algorithm that we have in the pipeline right now that is going to be kind of changing the game in the way that miners operate and not allowing, hopefully, things like NiceHash to be able to be used to attack a project because you will have to have the entire blockchain locally whenever you are mining the algorithm. So, just talked about that we're still going back and forth with the developer of our GPU miners. So this is it's a very tight-niched community, very limited in the number of people who have the technical skills to be able to develop this. So we are working with an outside, he's not part of our team, but we are working with an outside developer, trying to come up with a miner for both AMD and NVIDIA so that both are going to be on par and ready to go once we do go to the Verthash algorithm. So here you can see that, we've already started to test a few things. We've seen a few bugs and stuff of that nature. So we're still in the testing phase and optimization. So we're trying to do all of that on the testnet. And then once we get everything kind of stable, then we're going to be having everybody else from the community come in and start doing some testing as well. So you guys just stay on hold for a few more weeks or maybe a month or so, and then once we get this stable to where we can actually get some a lot of people testing on the testnet, then you will have access. And if you don't see it in a dev update, or if it's a Twitter post or something of that nature, obviously I'm going to be talking about it here on our next Vertcoin Talk. So make sure to tune in to the ones coming up here in the next few months. And we do these once a month, so it's normally at the very beginning of the month whenever we do the dev update. Now I will do periodic talks and discussions throughout each month as items come up or as needed. But just make sure to keep a lookout on this every month at the beginning of the month. So read more about this here. If you have any questions about Verthash, I know a lot of people are very passionate about the new algorithm and kind of the ideas behind that. Please jump into our Discord and talk with our developers or team members or anybody from the community. I mean, there's a lot of members of our community inside of Discord that are very knowledgeable on Verthash because they take the time to talk with the people who are in the development process of Verthash. So the Vertcoin Foundation, so we have filed all of our paperwork and everything with the IRS here inside of the United States to become a 501c3, waiting to hear back from them. So the estimated turnaround time was between 6 to 8 weeks. However, we are in the height of tax season here in the United States, so it is taking a little bit longer. So as soon as we get that, you guys will know right away. But we're basically sitting and waiting. So I just want to thank everybody for the patience surrounding that. So that's about it from the development standpoint. As you can see, all of the energy and power is going into Verthash, into the foundation, into kind of these core principles and stuff of that nature. So we're trying to get those squared away. Now, from a marketing standpoint, we got two shows done last month. So we did our standard Vertcoin Talk at the beginning of the month, going over the February update, and then we also had a little talk about the Vertcoin extras. Now, the downside of this is that this was the first time that we used any sort of video teleconferencing system here with the new encoding software that we're using to encode and produce the show, and as a result, my computer was completely maxed out, and it resulted in a horrible quality, and I'm not proud of it at all. But there was a lot of good information there, so we're learning from that. We're making some adjustments from a production standpoint moving forward. But if you want to go listen to that, by all means, please go in there and check that out. And if you have any questions, please reach out to Yurtjap here on Discord. Although he may be a little, he may not be around as much right now because he did just have his second child with his wife. So I want to congratulate him on the newborn baby, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to get a lot of sleep over the next few weeks or months. But we want to wish him, a happy, healthy baby, and hopefully his wife is doing well as with the pregnancy and the birth and everything. So hopefully all that's going good. Last I heard from him is everything is going great. So that's good news there. But you can check that out, and that's on our YouTube channel. I didn't make an audio version of that just because the CPU usage on the computer was at 100%, so it was dropping some frames and stuff of that nature. So it wouldn't be ideal. But we are going to circle back, and we're going to do another one of these once Vertcoin Extras gets more into a not alpha stage, but more into a full-on production stage. We start doing some more testing and stuff of that nature. So we are going to circle back. We're going to do another one of those. So just look for that in the coming months. So one of the things that we did an AMA over on the GPU mining subreddit. So this was initially brought to me by Shane with AIO Miner. He asked if we wanted to do a AMA, so we participated in that. You can go over there and check that out. There's a ton of good comments and questions and answers and everything of that nature, so there's a lot of good information over there. So if you go over there and check that out, I haven't been checking in on it over the last few weeks simply because I was prepping for vacation, but I'll go over there and see if there's any new questions or anything like that that's come in, and then I'll try and answer it. Also, if you see anything over there that's kind of intrigues you into answer or asking some more questions, hit us up in our Discord, or you can post them over there and we'll take a look at those. So we did get a community member who is a fan of us. He actually created some new stock footage that we can use in our talks, as long as we give him credit, which we did here. So I wanted to showcase that to you. Now, we also had it's a kind of a fan favorite inside of the Discord. It's a music video that people have asked me to do it, use the audio as an intro and things of that nature. And I didn't want to do it unless we got permission from the artist. And I reached out to the artist, and he said more than happy. Please use it. Just give me credit and everything. So I wanted to show you kind of this video that was created, and I added the music into it as well. So we're gonna go to that here real quick. Let me move this here, and so we're gonna check that out, and then I'll be right back.
Butthole.
you guys can see, that one's been posted over in the Discord plenty of times, the video and everything. But hope you guys like the kind of, physical Vertcoin token or coin, and the hashing in the background and stuff like that. I'm going to try and use that video in intros and things of that nature moving forward. And then we'll throw the music out there every once in a while if somebody requests it in the chat. But I wanted to head on back over to the dev update. So we had some cool things going around last month. So CoinsArk did a 100 Vertcoin giveaway on Twitter. Hopefully you guys got to participate in that. Always check out the different exchanges and swaps and stuff of that nature that support our project. They're always doing giveaways or things of that nature. So I just wanted to highlight that here. And then also Vertbase gave the marketing and general dev fund 200 Vertcoin. So this is something that they've done really every month. So they've been giving back to our project, and we can't thank them enough for giving back to us so that we can continue to develop the project and move forward. So this is something that they kind of do with all of the coins listed on their project. Check them out and check out CoinsArk as well. Both are doing a lot inside of the space, especially inside of the Vertcoin ecosystem. So the other item that I want to touch on was a community spotlight. So we had a community member that reached out to me and was letting me know that he's been putting Vertcoin actually on his racing jersey that he uses. So this is some pretty cool stuff that you don't need our permission or anything of that nature. If you want to put a Vertcoin logo, a Vertcoin name, any of that stuff on anything such as racing apparel, anything that you do. I mean, so you can see here, I have the Vertcoin polo. I use this whenever I go out and play golf. I think I posted about it on my Twitter yesterday, where I went out and played golf as soon as I got back from Jamaica. And, I didn't need permission or anything of that nature from anybody to use it, but it puts that logo, that name out into the world. It starts to get people thinking about it, asking questions and stuff of that nature. So this was a prime example of a community member just taking it upon themselves to put the Vertcoin logo on there. So I just wanted to give a shout out to him, and thanks much. I'd love to see more of this in the future. So we also wanted to touch on the MIT Bitcoin Expo was at the beginning of March, and James, our lead developer, he was heavily involved in the coordination and setting up of this expo. Initially, he wasn't supposed to be presenting or anything of that nature, but he did have to fill in for an individual who didn't show up. So he was able to participate in a vulnerability panel. So I know there's videos of that up on the MIT Bitcoin Expo. It's either the site or on their Twitter. Check that out. Check out what he was saying there. But just wanted to give a quick shout out to him on that. And then the last item I want to touch on. So this actually was started. He wanted to create a wallpaper, but Harrison Jenkins, who is a foundation member and then also a mod over on our Discord, he created a 4K wallpaper. I thought it looked really nice, and it gave me an idea of trying to do some sort of Vertcoin art show. So I've seen a few YouTube channels that do live streams and stuff of that nature showcase art that their fans or community members create at the beginning or the end of their shows. And this is kind of something I wanted to do as well. So if you guys are into making art, if you like, if you just want to try making something funny in Photoshop or something of that nature, I know it's kind of a running joke, the images and stuff that Etang puts in Discord of unicorns and things of that nature, but you can submit your Vertcoin art. So make sure in the subject of the email, just say Vertcoin art submission or something of that nature, so I'll know it. But send your art to Canaan@vertcoin.org, and I'll showcase this at the beginning of every Vertcoin talk that we do. So each month I'll take the latest batch of art. Now, hopefully people will send in art and stuff of that nature, but I'll showcase the latest version of stuff, and you'll get to have it kind of immortalized here on the Vertcoin YouTube channel. But I wanted to showcase Harrison, so he just created the simple 4K wallpaper. By all means, if you guys want to challenge him and kind of up the ante and do a few different types of wallpapers, or it doesn't even have to be a wallpaper. But yeah, shoot those on over, and then we'll showcase those at the beginning of every Vertcoin talk. So that's about it for the marketing section. Like I posted inside of the Medium post, we're always looking for ideas. So if you have any ideas on marketing, please come over to the marketing Discord channel and let us know. You don't need our permission to do marketing yourselves. If you want some help or some guidance, we'll always provide that. And if you just want to run ideas by us, we're more than happy to talk about it. But any help that we can get from the community, we want everybody to kind of feel like an ambassador of Vertcoin. You are an individual representative of the community project, so we want every boot on the ground necessarily is a better chance that we are able to further the mass adoption of the project moving forward. So reach out to us in that Discord channel. So some other key performance indicators, everything kind of held steady. I mean, we had some ups, we only had a little bit go down inside of Reddit, but overall we're holding a little bit steady there on social media. So make sure and share all the stuff that we put out there on social media. Share it with your friends, invite them over to the Discord, the Twitter, Facebook, what have you. Invite them there. As far as our funds, we like to be open and transparent with you guys. We only had 518.04 Vertcoin come into the general dev fund, and then we had 132.8 Vertcoin come into the marketing and advertising fund. We didn't have any expenditures this month, which is great, but we did have that. Those were the donations for the month of March. And then we have some other links and resources and stuff down here at the bottom. One other item that I wanted to touch on was I wanted to give a shout out to, and I hope I'm not butchering the pronunciation of this, but Tristario, I think he is a member of our Discord, and he now has the Rockstar role because he made a substantial donation to Verthash. So he donated specifically to the dev fund for the Verthash project, and we wanted to thank him very much. So we've kind of come up with this idea that and you've seen High, so he's one of the moderators. He has a pink name, and he was the only one for a long time, but we've expanded the Rockstar role in Discord. So anybody who makes a $250 plus donation to the dev fund will receive the Rockstar role inside of our Discord. So that's a pink name, so you stand out pretty good, or pretty quick whenever you're searching through people, but we did want to take a moment and recognize that donation that he gave to the dev fund. We want to thank him very much because that will definitely go a long way in being able to help get the miners and everything like that developed and such. So let me go over here, and I've kind of been neglecting the chat while we've been going through this. So let's take a look and see what all we have going on here for the chat. So welcome. And if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to post them in the chat. I like to just go over, any questions or anything like that while we're going over the dev update. That's kind of the idea behind doing this is, yeah, we put the dev update out there, but there may be something in there that sparks your interest that wants to get a question answered. So, truly, so we're talking about Ravencoin being more profitable to mine than while Vertcoin is not. Curious if Ravencoin is truly ASIC resistant. Not sure. You would have to ask them if they are. Let's see. Talking more about that. So Red Panda Mining, thanks for making sure your rigs are ready to test. So when we release the miners for Verthash, we'll be more than happy to, we're going to put it out to everybody, but I'll let you know as soon as that we release that. So Verthash, I'm hoping it will make it profitable as well. I mean, that's kind of the thing, from a development standpoint, there's nothing we can do to make the mining aspect of something profitable. The thing you have to take into consideration is your power costs, and then also the current exchange price. Now, obviously price is completely outside of our control. And in fact, we don't even like to talk about it from a legal standpoint. But we hope. I know when we had to spike, what was it, a few weeks ago, it was the most profitable coin to mine. So at that point, if you had been mining the entire time, but then you had decided to then sell your mined coins at that point, you would have been good. So it's kind of, and that kind of goes for anything whenever you're mining. It's kind of a running gamble of, do you mine this month, sell at the end of the month, or what have you. But I'll let you guys figure out if it's still worth mining or not. But we're hoping that Verthash, right now, even Verthash, the whole goal is to make NiceHash not be able to, or any system like that, not be able to mine the algorithm and the coin. But right now, NiceHash has very little percentages of the network even available to mine layer 2 rev 3, and we think that has to deal a lot with the fact that we're the only coin on that algorithm, which is a bonus. But yeah, let's see, it would be good, best way to ensure it. Let's see, just going through these questions, give me a second here. Yeah, congrats Gert on that. Yeah, hopefully you guys like the music. It actually started at the end. I didn't have it restart as soon as I pushed it. But hey, Bitcoin Truth, how's it going? Let's see. Win Binance. So if you watched the last stream that we did, which was absolutely horrible as far as the quality of the encoding because my CPU issue, Gert Jap actually had a Win Binance t-shirt. And people thought that was hilarious. But yeah, Win Binance, I have no clue. I'd love to hear from them, but I don't know if anything is happening there or not. I know our standard is we don't, at this point, we do not pay for exchange listings, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that you guys are donating Vertcoin to us for marketing, advertising, and development. And the last thing that we want to do is to just give those coins to an exchange that either has no volume, has fake volume, or is not reputable, or isn't a good partner to be with in the long term. So we're always thinking long term. And I know Binance, a lot of people who want the Binance thing, they want the quick pump so they can dump and then sell and whatever. We're not looking for pump and dumps. We don't want to encourage pump and dumps or anything of that nature. So if Binance wants to list us, our software is open source. It takes nothing for them to list us as a project. But if they want to reach out, by all means they can reach out to us. They have our information. Any update on the iOS wallet app? So no more advancements have been made as far as the iOS wallet app, simply because we went, probably 6 months. We went through and created an LLC here inside of the United States as per the requirement of Apple. And then every time we resubmitted, they kept coming up with a new issue, and eventually they just said, we don't accept Vertcoin apps. And we were like, well, that's not true. Here's tons of them. So we have not resubmitted that since that whole issue happened, and we're really actually focusing on, we were waiting on the new wallet. Now, the good news is, and one of the reasons that we kind of backed off of just resubmitting that wallet over and over again, and incurring those costs and things of that nature, were the fact that there's other wallets on iOS that support Vertcoin. So it's not like we're completely dead in the space. So we have the ability to be supported using other wallets. Now, the downside is that, yes, it's not a wallet from us. So you have to kind of trust that third-party wallet. And we don't have direct control over being able to fix bugs and things of that nature. But we're, I think that would be something good to take up with the development team as to, kind of the steps that we're going in, and, do we need to get, priority 1 and 2 done first, such as Verthash, and then we start looking at the iOS wallet and kind of doing something that's a little bit revolutionary when it comes to that. That might be something in the pipeline. If you really want that iOS wallet and you're not satisfied with any of the third-party wallets, continue to express that to the development team, and we can look at ways to possibly create a wallet and interact with Apple that, the last time we interacted with Apple, it was just a complete, shitstorm as far as, and a lot of wasted money, because unfortunately when you do submit an app to Apple, you have to go through some expenses in order to do so. It's not just submit the app and on a website and then you're off and running. So I'll bring that back up to the team, and we'll put that into the queue as far as things to be worked on as a possible update. But I know initially we had backed off of it because we were looking at doing a completely revolutionary idea when it comes to mobile wallets and kind of the integration with Lit and things of that nature. But with MIT kind of backing off of the Lit project, that kind of is in limbo, and we're trying to figure out what to do with that. So there's a lot of things in the air right now that surround that entire sector of mobile apps and stuff of that nature. So if we make any more advancements on that, you guys will be the first ones to know through a dev update or through a Vertcoin talk, or we'll put something out on Twitter or something of that nature. Let's see. It's better in Boston City many fairs. Have you thought about taking and hosting events regarding Vertcoin? So I know we're kind of one of the few projects, but this is also because we try to be very responsible with the funds that are donated to us. We don't go to a lot of conferences because they are extremely expensive. Not only that, none of us are kind of full-time employees of Vertcoin, so we, having the time, we have to take off time, and then we have to use funds that could either be used for development, or I guess this would fall under marketing, but I would wonder, is this the best return on investment for the marketing money? I know we've talked about doing some other meetups and stuff of that nature. I know Yurchep and James are in Boston a few times. Well, James is there all the time because he's at MIT, but Yurchep comes over from the Netherlands, and he's over there a few times a year. So if that's the case, Boston would be a great place to do kind of a Vertcoin meetup or something of that nature. Maybe because plane tickets up there are pretty inexpensive. So maybe if we can get a few of us to go up there and meet for a weekend or something like that, we might be able to try and do something like that. So I'll try and make that work. See if we can get something squared away for that sometime later this year. Let's see. Do you want great options for marketing? Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, one of the things that we've dealt with whenever we're talking to vendors, because we continuously have conversations with separate vendors, is being, and I've talked about this in other previous Vertcoin talks, is dealing with the fact that vendors have to pay for supplies and their employees, so they're not hodling cryptocurrency. They have to exchange that for their native currency right away. So being able to have a solution for that is kind of where we're going as far as merchant adoption of being able to use Vertcoin as a payment system, because at the end of the day, that's what Vertcoin is designed to be. It's a payment system. It's no different than the US dollar. So we have to be able to facilitate some sort of instant transaction over to the native currency, so that vendors, it looks more favorable to them, because now they don't have to pay that 3% charge that credit cards require in order to do business. It's much less than that in order to accept Vertcoin. So let's see here. Most other vendors take Cash or Square. That's one thing. Square. So as you guys know, Square is owned by Jack Dorsey, who's the CEO of Twitter. He's also the CEO of Square. He's huge in the Bitcoin. So I know they are going. I've been looking at them as not necessarily they are a competitor in kind of what we're trying to do, and obviously they are way more funded. They already have the connections with the Square system and everything of that nature, so their infrastructure is already built out. It may be a possible opportunity that we could reach out to Square and possibly look at trying to get Vertcoin on there as a form of payment as opposed to Bitcoin, given the transaction, it takes 10 minutes for transaction to go over. And I know he's also invested in the Lightning Network, Jack Dorsey is, so I'm sure that's what he's thinking about as far as being able to utilize that as a payment system. But yeah, we definitely got our eyes on Square and what they're doing in the space. Let's see. Let's give a reason. Yeah, so if you guys don't have any other questions, I know we're trying to wrap this up a little bit early today. We're hoping to have some more information with regards to the foundation by the end of the month. Like I said, we are entering tax season here in the United States, so it's probably taking a little bit longer than normal. But if you guys have any questions or anything of that nature after the stream, please swing over to our Discord. We got tons of helpful people over there. And other than that, let me see here. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything else here. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's talk. outro with a little bit of a older video that we've used in the past for marketing with Vertcoin. And then if you stay long enough, I'll play again the animation of the physical coin with the music that we got, requested by the community. But I'll play that after this minute and 54-second advertisement here of Vertcoin, and it's an advertisement in the sense that it just markets Vertcoin. But if you want to stick around and see that, then all you got to do is wait about 2 minutes and you'll see that video again. But thanks again for joining us today, guys. We will see you on the next Vertcoin Talk, and have a good one.
Vertcoin is a currency similar to Bitcoin or Litecoin, with the major differentiating factor being that it is committed to being an ASIC resistant coin, which means it can only be mined by GPUs. So that means that anybody from, a kid sitting in his dorm room in New York or somebody sitting in China in their home can be mining the coin. So it can't be mined by really expensive ASIC machines. When we talk about the vision of Satoshi Nakamoto being decentralized currency, where Bitcoin and Litecoin and some of these other coins kind of fail to do that is with these consolidated ASIC farms that are owned by just a handful of people that are processing all of the transactions. So with Vertcoin, it decentralizes the mining and the processing power of that blockchain to just the everyman. Anybody who feels like they want to get involved in mining can get involved and invest in mining equipment to mine Vertcoin, and they can rest assured that even if Vertcoin becomes the most popular cryptocurrency in the world, there will never be ASICs developed for it that only fat cats can afford to run. Another thing that is kind of part of the ecosystem of Bitcoin and Litecoin and Vertcoin, which is that those three coins are all SegWit enabled, which is a scalability solution for those blockchains. So Vertcoin is one of the first, if not the first, to enable SegWit, and it pretty much gives them the ability to be on the Lightning Network, which allows for something called atomic swaps. Vertcoin, in essence, can work as a payment mechanism for Bitcoin, for example, or you can seamlessly swap within the wallet using this Lightning Network technology, which creates a scalability solution not only for Vertcoin, but for Bitcoin and Litecoin as well. The social media venues are Twitter just at Vertcoin, Reddit r/Vertcoin, and the Discord. And you can pretty much find the links to all three of them right on the website, vertcoin.org, and you'll find a lot of great other information.